Thanks for watching this Tech to Connect video tutorial. The topic of this tutorial is iPad terminology. This video will cover some of the basic terminology you will need to know as you learn to use your iPad. Let's start with the touch screen. A touch screen is a display in which the user interacts with the device by touching icons on the screen. You can think of the icons on the screen like buttons. For example, if I press on any of the icons, I will activate it, as if I were pressing a real physical button. Next, we'll talk about the lock screen. The lock screen is a screen that will appear on your iPad when the device is locked. Lock the device by pressing the sleep-wake button on the top right edge one time. You can then press the home button or simply tap the screen to illuminate the lock screen. Your home screen is the screen you will see when you first unlock your device or when you close out of an app. It's the screen that shows you all of the available apps. It may have multiple pages. You can always press the home button to get back to your home screen or use the swipe gesture if you're on an iPad that does not have a home button. So for example, if I have an app open and I want to return back to that home screen, I'll just press this button on the bottom, the home button. Alternatively, if I have an app open and I want to get back to the home screen, I can use the swipe gesture and swipe up from the bottom of the screen to close that app. Apps, also known as applications, are simply programs on your device that serve a specific purpose. For example, the messaging app allows you to send messages to others, and the Stocks app allows you to see current stock values. We have a separate video called Apps if you're interested in learning more about apps, including how to use the App Store to add apps to your iPad. Next, let's talk about passcodes. A passcode is a 4 or 6-digit number combination used to unlock your device. Using a passcode will make your device more secure by preventing unwanted users from unlocking and accessing your device. Alternatively, you can use Finger ID or Face ID to unlock your device. Finger ID uses your unique thumbprint to unlock your device, and Face ID uses facial recognition to identify your unique facial features and unlock your device. Depending on what kind of iPad you have, you may or may not have these options, but everyone has the option to add a passcode. To add or change your passcode, or to enable Finger or Face ID, go into the Settings menu, and then on this left-hand side, you'll scroll down to Touch ID and Passcode, or it may say Face ID and Passcode, but the keyword we're looking here for is Passcode. Tap on that, and then you'll pull up the Touch ID and Passcode settings menu, and you'll turn Passcode on. You'll then enter a passcode. You have the options to enter a 4-digit passcode or a 6-digit passcode. You will then need to input your chosen passcode at least twice. Make sure to use a number that you will be able to remember. If you forget your passcode, you will not be able to unlock your device. Also, it's best not to share your passcode with others, or only share your passcode with highly trusted individuals. Next, let's talk about Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a wireless internet connection, meaning your device can be connected to the internet without being plugged into anything. You will need a Wi-Fi connection to use most communication features of the iPad. If you don't have Wi-Fi in your home, you may be able to connect to Wi-Fi in various public spaces, such as the library, coffee shops, McDonald's, or your local senior center. To connect to Wi-Fi, go to Settings. Then on the left-hand side of the screen, find Wi-Fi. Then, from the Wi-Fi menu, select the name of the network you want to connect to. You may need to ask about this if you're in a public space and it's not obvious. And then you may have to input a password to connect to the Wi-Fi network. Again, you may need to ask for this. Bluetooth is technology that can be used to connect and share information between two wireless devices that are in close proximity to each other. For example, you may want to connect to a Bluetooth speaker to play music off of your device through the speaker. To connect to other Bluetooth-enabled devices, go to Settings. On the left-hand side of the screen, find Bluetooth. Make sure it is on by using this toggle switch to turn on and off. Green means on. And then you'll select the device you want to pair with from the list of available devices. You may need to ensure that the other device you wish to pair with is also in pair mode. Cellular Data is a paid service that enables mobile devices, like iPads, to send and receive communications and connect to the internet without being connected to Wi-Fi. Cellular Data is not required to use an iPad, and most people opt not to pay for cellular data for their iPad unless they plan to use it often away from their home or another location that has Wi-Fi. Push notifications, or often just called notifications, are sounds and/or text alerts that appear on the screen when an app or your device chooses to send you a message. For example, you may get a notification if you get a new message, or a notification that your device's battery is running low, or you might get a notification from a news site about a breaking news headline. You can manage your notifications and choose which apps send you notifications by going to the Settings, and then on the left-hand side, finding Notifications. For each app, you can then select whether your notifications are on or off, and what style of notifications you receive. Your Apple ID and password is different than the passcode you may use to unlock your device. Your Apple ID and password is the information you will need in order to connect with the App Store, the iTunes Store, and iCloud. Your Apple ID will likely be an email address, and it will likely come from the email address and the password you created when you set up the device. iCloud is Apple's cloud storage service. Cloud storage allows you to access saved files from any device. All Apple devices come with 5 gigabytes of free cloud storage to save files or back up your entire device. You also have the option to purchase additional cloud storage. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out the rest of our video tutorials on the Tech2Connect website.